1 minute you feel fine, the next you have a panic attack. You have palpitations, your heart is racing, you are sweating, short of breath, lightheaded. The first thing to do is to ask yourself, how can I breathe to calm my body down? Because it feels like your body has suddenly been hijacked by the emotion and you feel trapped in that state, your mind is churning out all kind of thoughts and the hormones are running through your bloodstream, isn't it? So you need something to hold on to, and your breath gives you one thing that you can work with, and it's one of the few automatic body functions that you can change at will. So just calmly breathe and think of the breath, saturating the whole body. So make that the basis for your awareness. We can briefly practice this together and then move to the next part. So this is a technique that I learned from Thich Nhat Hanh, a Buddhist Vietnamese monk. So let's practice this together for a couple of minutes. So we close our eyes and we breathe in and we breathe out. In and out. We breathe in all the way in. And we breathe out all the way out. Once again, breathing in, holding, and breathing out. And you breathe in, and you observe your breath going up till the top of your head, and you breathe down, observing your breath going down through your chest, your stomach, your hips and pelvic area, your legs, your feet, the sole of your feet, and the floor. And once again you breathe in and you breathe out. And when you breathe in, you are aware that you are breathing in. And when you breathe out, you are aware that you are breathing out. So in and out. Just observing the movement of your breath. No thinking. Try to dissolve all your thinking into sensing. And if you notice that you get distracted, that your mind wanders off, just acknowledge your thoughts, your distractions, and return to your breath. So remind yourself that there is no judgment, just observation of the movement of the breath. And when you are done, just acknowledge your posture, your surroundings, and when you feel ready, gently open your eyes. When people learn to master this technique, they usually say, okay, I can breathe through it, but where is the panic coming from? Most people say, I panic for no reason. This makes me think of the cocktail party effect experiment. Imagine that you go to a party and there are several groups of people, everyone chatting, and you can't hear a thing of what they are saying, just the noise in the background. Suddenly, someone says your name, and whereas a moment before all was just noise, you can magically distinguish your name in the chaos and can identify the group of people that named you. I think this experiment tells us a lot. First, we know that we are only conscious of a small percentage of our cognitive ability. We were able to pick out words even before we heard our names, but we only became aware of it in that situation, not before. This is scary in a certain sense, because most of our decisions, actions, emotions, and behaviors may be driven by an unconscious drive. Secondly, thinking about our anxiety attacks, there may be some external stimuli, such as a specific word or sound, a song heard on the radio, a color, a smell, a taste, which may be associated to some suppressed thoughts, memories, or emotions. It's my conviction that somehow we are all traumatized individuals, and that trauma continues to have a bearing on our lives. The consequences of trauma might even be manifested in panic attacks. I also agree with Jung that until we make the unconscious conscious, it will direct our life, and we will call it fate. So, in a nutshell, I think that the function of panic and suffering is to give you a tremendous shock. The awakening caused by that shock gives you pain, and then you start to inquire, what can I learn from it? Where does it come from? Do I have some raw emotions I need to work on? I think understanding lies in suffering itself, not turning away from it. Thank you for watching.